Hi, my name is Simone. I'm the Zen Mommy. I'm here to help you with spiritual awakening and ascension and guiding you through the healing of the mind, body, and soul. Today, I want to talk about, let's see, how is the lighting? I can never tell because the light is in my face, but it's at the side, but I can move it a little if it's better that way. I really like the background now. Okay, so let's see how to, and you know, I never know until I check later, but I just don't want it to be too dark where it looks bad. Anyways, before I get started, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. And if you're new watching my channel for the first time, click the subscribe button and the bell button for notifications so that you'll know when I release a new video. I do want to do them frequently as possible. I promised before I would do them daily, but you know, things have happened. And I'm trying to get back settled again. I'm still in California. So anyways, I have my topic jar right here. The last two topics with this jar went fine, so we're going to do this again. Let's see if I can get something out of here that I can work with. Uh-oh, I'm nervous. It looks like a big one. All right. Lightworkers or messengers of Satan? This is actually a topic I did while I was in Palm Beach, in Florida, and the waves were hitting the beach so hard. I tell you, I looked beautiful in that video. I mean, it's amazing. If I could figure out how to tune the waves out, I really rather would put that video up. I feel like I hate redoing the topic because it feels fake to me to like re-say something I've already re-said. But let's see that if I can connect onto my higher self and still get this topic going. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down. This topic is a big deal to me. The reason why, okay, so I did a video called The Dark Night, and irrelevant the title in the video, but I had a comment on that video. And that comment was, hey, don't listen to her teachings. Don't listen to her teachings. Go to this link right here. This is wrong, blah, 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 blah. First of all, I don't claim to be a teacher. I just want y'all to know that. I'm not claiming to be a guru. I'm claiming to share my journey of awakening. I'm claiming to share, to help raise the vibration of humanity. And I'm telling you, take what resonates with you. You don't have to believe in anything. Anyways, that was irrelevant because I have decided, see, I made a decision. You know, when you start a spiritual channel, there's all kind of controversial comments and topics. And I decided that I wasn't going to waste any energy you know, defending myself. Okay, so see, when you don't have to defend yourself for anything. In fact, defending yourself is not only wasting your energy, it's also apologizing for what you're doing. I'm not apologizing for what I'm doing. I'm guided to do this, and I'm happy. And number one, that I went to that link. Okay, the link was a religious minister. Oh yeah, he was preaching. You know, one of them old school type of ministers, right? He even had it with his voice, you know how they have the voice kind of vibrates with the, y'all should check the link out. Anyways, he talks about these light workers. He said, these light workers, they're calling themselves messengers of light. And that they're actually messengers of Satan, turning you away from God, calling themselves gods. Oh, I laughed so hard. I even commented. I said, oh my God. I was the dark night of the soul. I was going through it that day. But when I laughed, that actually made me feel so much better hearing that. But I decided that I'm going to address it, not because I'm trying to defend myself or anything. But you know what? Frankly, when you're new to awakening, like I was, you don't really understand all this stuff. And if you're awakened out of religion, you've pretty much been taught that all of this spiritual boo-hoo blah is pretty much dealing with demonic spirits, and they can't do that. Trust me. And so, just in case, or if you just want to, you're amused by me, or you just want to hear my explanation, fine too. Or it might help you. We'll see. Okay. So now, messengers of Satan or a light worker. What are we? So this is what you have to understand. In religion, okay, so I was born and raised in Christianity. I was actually in a Christian church that was a cult. We didn't call it a cult, and I never believed it was a cult. And frankly, I'm going to be honest, part of my programming, I have a hard time calling it a cult because I know that word offends them. You know, I know that saying that word creates opposition. But at the same time, it is the best way I can describe the experience I had while I went there. And anyways, in that church, and what I've learned about all churches, and I'm not singling out that church by any means, but what I'm saying is we were ignorant, okay? We talked about other religions, we talked about Buddhism and idol worship. We called oneness people cults. We called all the other religions cults. We were completely judgmental. We said everybody was going to hell. None of their beliefs were valid, and it was just us, okay? And so then when they put me out of the church for not having, because I lost my job and I had an unsaved roommate because I couldn't no longer afford my own place, they just kind of like threw me out. It's like, you have 30 days to find a car. Well, I don't even know why I'm going into that, but what I'm saying is because of that, I was in a really low, desperate place. Then I ended up pregnant with my husband. Well, he wasn't my husband just yet, with a baby. And I began to they said I might be losing the baby. And I was devastated. I wanted to go to God, but they told me I couldn't go to God anymore. I didn't know what to do. Like, I truly, I put my heart and soul and my faith in that religion. And they told me, when I couldn't go there, our only belief was, it's either there or you're in hell. Or you're not going to be saved, you're not going to go to heaven, you're going to perish, go out of existence. So I would walk around saying, I'm going to hell. And you know what? I was a good person. I had a good heart. I believed in everything they told me. And I tried my best to follow by the rules. And, I waited to have sex after I got married. And, I found out later no one was doing that, And it was just like, there was stuff that I made and stands that I made. And like, I did things, they were like, oh, if you know somebody doing bad in church, you have to tell on them. I told on people that got hurt from me telling on them, thinking, because I thought I was doing the right thing. Because someone told me this, someone told me what to believe. So anyways, not to get off on that track, but once I was going through that situation, I was thinking, how can I need help from God? I don't want to lose this baby. I was devastated. So although they said all the other churches were taking you to hell, they would say, never mind. I'm not going to go there. And so I decided to walk into a church just because I just wanted to see. So I walked into this church in my neighborhood and I saw these people praising God. And so we would say in my church that these people only went to church because they had a guilty conscience, to soothe their conscience so they can continue to keep doing bad. That they were pretty much at the club on Friday and Saturday. They just went to church to kind of like smooth things over in their guilty consciousness. And so I had this whole judgment about these people that I developed from my religion. So I walked into this church and the first thing I saw was people and families that got up in the morning, that sat there dressed up for church, and they're praising God. And I felt the energy. They were worshiping God. It didn't have anything to do. So what if they went to the club the night before? So what if they're bad people? When they were those people were in that place, and I don't believe that they were bad people. They were worshiping God the best way they knew how, And so how could we judge someone in their faith? Now, judging someone because they have a whole different faith. Okay, let's talk about that. Buddhism. We would say, I didn't know anything about Buddhism. We would be like idol worshipers. They have that little statue. They're worshiping that idol. That's their God, a deaf and dumb idol, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm not going to even lie. When I had my awakening, I began to look into other religions. I haven't profoundly studied, and I can't quote here and say I'm a Buddhist or anything, but I've listened to a lot of the quotes and the sayings, right, in Buddhism. And Buddhism is not really a religion. They're not worshiping a statue. Like, I can guarantee you that. Like, when I started to learn, it was more like it's kind of like a philosophy, right? It's more of a religion than Taoism, but Taoism is more of a philosophy. It's about being in your present moment, being at peace, accessing spirituality, right? Okay, so here's the big deal with that is Are we, so when it comes to that question, light worker or messenger of Satan, you have to understand who you are. I look at myself and I think about someone trying to call me a messenger of Satan. And, really, I shouldn't even give them the time of day. I know I'm not, right? But let's just take my life apart right now. Let's just see how satanic I am as a light worker, okay? Number one, I started a YouTube channel. I'm not getting any money for this. I'm here helping out of the goodness of my heart. Number two, I'm talking about real issues. How to heal your broken heart, how to deal with the egoic thoughts and negativity, how to get your mind in a positive mind frame, how to manifest happiness, love, joy, peace, how to ascend your consciousness. Okay, what about that is evil? What about that seems like it's from Satan? Like, the people on this journey are working on themselves, okay? Everybody that I'm close to, that I've brought into my life, are people who are on the journey of constant progression, okay? So, see, I would even think like the ministers in the churches, okay? They have a scripture, wolves in sheep clothing, because you know what? Grievous wolves enter in, and so look at me in my religious situation, okay? I'm more freer than ever. I am more at peace. I'm more in love. I know for a fact no one can tell me I can go to heaven or hell, right? But when I was there, I wasn't free. I was under control. I couldn't go to heaven or hell. I was no longer an individual. I was a part of this tribal consciousness and what they believed in. And if it didn't feel right to my soul, I still had to agree with them. Like, there were things that happened that I did not agree with. It didn't sit right with my soul, but I had to go with it because this man or this minister was telling me I have to in order to get to heaven. Okay, so I wanted to go to this great beyond, this place of peace and happiness and joy and see God. So I was willing to do this. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't feel bad for these people that they're kicking out saying they can't be saved, or the whole world that, like, we were the chosen ones and the whole world was going to perish and die is what we believe. This is why I believe that people say what we were a quote, is we were being controlled. We checked in with the ministers and we believed that everybody's going to die and God chose us. We're special. And so like that to me, like, I was thankful to think I was chosen, but then I would look at the people in my heart. I'm an empath. How could they not be? How could they not have this chance, And so that's when it really got to me. That's when it was easy for me to switch over to this journey, to spirituality. Because then they don't want you to go to the unknown because they're getting a paycheck, okay? They might think that they're doing right, but it gets to your head. You're not supposed to be in control of people. You're not supposed to be trying to guide and direct someone else's experience on this earth, right? That's what I believe, okay? I'm not trying to start controversy or argument, but what I'm trying to say is pointing out someone who's trying to do a job. I'm not trying to be a minister. I'm not trying to teach, right? But I'm doing what makes me feel good. I'm an empath. So if I hurt people or people hurt, I hurt. So if I make them feel better, I feel better. So if I'm raising the vibration of humanity, mine is being raised. So am I a light worker or am I a messenger of Satan? You tell me. Won't you check in on the comments? Anyways, thank you for going on this journey with me. Namaste.